Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm coming to you guys with a video, pretty interesting news, actually a story that I almost even read past about Harley-Davidson. The other day, I saw an article that Harley-Davidson is starting a certified used motorcycle program. And before I get into that, I want to say that on this channel, I kind of call it the way I see it, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. I like to just talk about really the business of Harley-Davidson and where they're going, because I do see that they are on a path, whether it's right or wrong, only time will tell. But it is interesting. I like a lot of things Jochen Zeitz is doing. I do pay attention to the general business strategy of Harley-Davidson. And while I've been kind of critical recently on, say, the Pan America release, the way that they actually did the presentation, while I still love the Pan America, it's kind of just an interesting time that we're in for Harley-Davidson right now. So again, I almost read past this certified used program thing as, you know, while they've been selling used bikes forever, who cares? But I went back and read through the whole article, and this is a Jalopnik article, which I'll link in the description down below, from Eric Schilling. The general point is that, younger people aren't buying Harley-Davidsons, and I see it on this channel all the time in the comments. People are always saying Harleys are too expensive, you can't afford them. And now the cheapest Harley-Davidson I see on the website is the Iron 883 at $9,500. So it's interesting to think of a certified used program, and the way Harley is doing this is it's going to be a 12-month warranty on bikes that are 5 years old or newer, and with fewer than 25,000 miles on them. And one of the big things that's mentioned in this program is that Harley-Davidsons that are certified used will be able to be financed through Harley-Davidson Financial Services. So it's a big deal because it just means that it's that much more attainable for somebody that maybe can't afford a $9,500 883, or is even looking at, say, a Street Glide and doesn't want to drop down over 20 grand on a brand new bike. Well, maybe now they can get a 5-year-old or newer Street Glide used with a certified warranty. It's an interesting entry point, and that also holds true to, say, a Sportster or something like that, where if you can't afford the $9,500 883, well, maybe there's a 3-year-old Sportster sitting on that sales floor. In my opinion, I think this is actually a really, really smart play from Harley-Davidson. When I bought my 2018 Heritage, I was back and forth between buying a used touring bike. I was actually looking at a Street Glide, or buying my Heritage. And really what swayed me into the Heritage, and being an older guy, I was mid-30s when I bought it, I was able to even look at a new bike. If I was 25, I probably wouldn't have been in that situation. But what steered me new versus used for my first bike was the fact that I want to know what happened to this bike in its lifespan and know that it's covered under warranty. So with a used bike, you buy what you buy, and who knows how it was taken care of. What warranty do you get from the dealer? And if you don't get much of anything, you buy it and it could be junk, who knows? So with the certified program, now someone like me, when I go in to buy my Heritage, I probably would have gone that used route, to be totally honest with you, and went with that used Street Glide, knowing that it was covered under that warranty. It would have been a little more enticing, at least. So this is all part of Jochen Zeitz. It's probably the most common thing I've heard him say is increasing desirability for the brand. This is a huge move in that direction, where you're making it more attainable, where you're offering financing. And for that case, you basically say, yeah, Harleys are expensive if you want a new one, but you've got the certified program, you can go used. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, because I think it's a great idea. I've learned in this channel things that I think are a great idea. I'm not always right. The comments will let me know if popular opinion is against me. That's fine. I'm okay with being wrong, but I think this is a good thing. And I think what Harley-Davidson is doing with this is, if you think about a brand new Sportster for $9 grand or whatever the case may be, the pre-existing used market was competing with those new bike sales. So you basically had somebody who was looking at a new bike for the 10 grand range and looking at used bikes. Well, you're kind of cannibalizing, I don't want to get the entry-level new bike because I could get a Street Glide for a few grand more, or I could get a Heritage for a few grand more, or just anything in the Softail line. It's an interesting thing to say. Those used bikes were probably cannibalizing some of those cheaper new bikes anyways. And then the narrative just becomes that the new bikes that people want are the more expensive bikes, and then Harleys are just too expensive. So this is more just leaning into the used market and saying, yes, our new bikes are expensive, but here is something to tide you over until you pay this bike off, and then you could trade it in, get a more expensive one, whatever. It just opens up doors to people who otherwise might have felt like there wasn't even an opportunity for them to get into the brand. So I think it is a good thing. Now, I looked this up, and I think the only other brand, and correct me if I'm wrong, is Triumph that does the same thing with the certified used program. But this has been something the automotive industry has been doing for a long time, like the 90s, that they had these certified used programs. And what happened was, with those certified used programs, the same sort of idea was that Chevy Cavaliers, the $12,000 entry-level car, is no longer. Now an entry-level car is $25,000. I mean, trucks now are $50,000, $60,000. But the idea is if you open up certified used and offer warranties on those used, you don't have to sell those super cheap brand new things if you have relatively new used stuff that you can sell and also offer a warranty, and then just focus on the products that actually have a higher margin. You're not making a whole lot of money on a $12,000 car because simply just manufacturing in general costs quite a bit of money. So you will make way more money on a $60,000 car. You just have more margin there. And companies exist to make money. Without making money, they don't exist. And it just becomes kind of the way things are now, is the consumer sort of dictate these sort of moves, is that if they're not buying the cheaper stuff, Harley, which is exactly what was happening, is people weren't buying the bikes, then you kind of have to start looking for other avenues to get people more interested in the brand. And I think opening up the used market and offering to finance it through Harley-Davidson Financial Services is a huge win. So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Are you for this program? Do you think it's a good thing for the brand? Do you think Harley should just come out with cheaper new bikes and kind of not focus so much on the used stuff? Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I just wanted to make a video on this because, again, I am not a stranger being critical of the brand, and I also want to make sure that I give credit where credit is due. And this is one of those times, in my opinion, that I think it's worthwhile saying, good job, Harley-Davidson. I think this is a smart move. Good job, Jochen Zeitz and the whole, team that decided to do this program. So with that being said, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.